Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow televiewers, fellow Ambazonians. You are welcome to another episode of The Horizon, the voice of the Amber Woman on ABC Amber TV. I greet you all. I am your humble host for today, Ma Rachel. It is a pleasure to be with you again. As I will remind us, we are still on focus on education, the Ambazonia we are fighting for. As I say, education is not only the classroom sitting with the teacher with the blackboard or with the laptop with the handset. Education is every valuable information that you pick, every valuable information that you share with friends and relatives, be it political, morally, socially. This is education. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you are in the USA, whether you are on ground zero, whether you are on ground one or ground two, or you are in Asia, you are in Europe, you are in the Mongolians, you are in Australia, you are in the Pacific, in the oceans, Amber TV comes to you there. And Amber TV, as you know, wouldn't be without you, without us. Without you, with your support, without us, with the programs we run on Amber TV. We want to thank everyone that has been faithful with their contribution on Amber TV, one way or the other, to make it a success. It is a history we are all writing. It is the history we are writing with your $5, your €10, your 50, your 100, your 200 euro. It is because of that that I am here, you can hear me. It's because of that that we are able to encourage ourselves, teaching one another, encouraging one another, and making us to stand for the Ambazonia we believe we want to fight for. The Ambazonia we have to take over. The Ambazonia we have to possess. The Ambazonia we have to live in like free men and women. There is something very important that is ongoing. drafting. Have you drafted? Draft yourself till December. Other counties have come and gone. Drafting is still ongoing. This upcoming Sunday, Sunday the 21st of June, is the Momo County. Are you from Mogamo? Draft yourself. Are you from Menimo? Draft yourself. Are you from Gi LGA? Draft yourself. Are you from Widikum LGA? Draft yourself. Are you from Jikwa LGA? Jikwa people, are you hearing me? Draft yourself and make Momo proud. Make Ambazonia proud. Make our fighters, our Ambazonia restoration fighters proud. Make yourself a fulfilled Ambazonian. As I said before, it is history we are writing. It is good we educate ourselves, we inform ourselves what is ongoing. Education is not only school, education is information that we get and we put them into productivity. Draft yourself, contact your local government area. There is a chairman, there is a facilitator. Call him, you will get every information. Draft yourself. And at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, by the time Ambazonia will be flying, you will be prideful of yourself to say, I participated in writing the history of Ambazonia. Once again, I want to welcome everyone that has taken their time to sit down with us, to listen to us, and to share with us what we have. The technical team will be putting on the screen the telephone number where you can call in live and give your suggestions, give your contributions, give your consents, whatever thing you will want us to know that you want to share with us, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, you are very well welcome. Today is going to be a little bit different because we will be open to receive more phone calls than fellow brothers and sisters sitting and sharing with us. At any time, you can call in and you will be connected. Whatever you have to share, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters all over the world, you are free to do so. This is your national TV. You are free anytime, any day to contact and to share. As we go further, we are going to bring a famous lady, the voice of an Amber woman who've been continuously on this series. She will be with us on this program right away. We will continue and do a review, do a recap, and add on to the icing of the cake, something new for you. You're welcome, sit tight, and may God bless you as you listen to us. At this time, I'm going to bring in Lady Marianta, who will continue to talk to us whatever she has prepared from the Department of Education. And as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, she is going to talk to us and share her views. Once again, Lady Marianta, you are welcome. No volume.
Greetings, Ma Rachel. I just realized that I was muted.
I was just listening to
Welcome.
you talking.
Can you hear
Yeah, you're
me?
welcome. Yeah, how are you today?
Thank you very much.
Wow, the Amber
Thank you.
lady,
How
the
are
Amber
you?
warrior. I can see you tied up.
Yes,
You look beautiful today, yes.
indeed.
Yes, Lady Marianta, that's
Greetings,
good
Ma
to have you
Rachel.
off. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Greetings, fellow viewers. Thank you so much for having me again today. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I hope you're all doing fine and taking care of yourselves and your families. We're going to have a very special show tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on board. Thank you for greeting your people. You know, as I always tell you, it is a very good thing. You are a role model, schooled back at home, schooled in an Anglo-Saxon environment, being a mother, being a teacher in that same Anglo-Saxon culture which we have. This is the pride we can boldly and freely share with our fellow viewers because they say experience is the best teacher. So when you have an experience, you'll be able to freely share with your people what you have experienced, how relevant you can give to people who have missed out of what is supposed to be theirs. I will just start with you to let you tell your people some of the things that you believe from every angle, what they have missed out, and which has encouraged you to push so that posterity will have what they really deserve. Can you just go on and talk to the Ambazonian people? Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Marachelle. So, what? There's an echo somewhere. I'm not sure. Okay. So what we have missed, what they have missed out on in terms of what regards, in terms of education, in terms of, because that's a very open question, Mara.
You know, I say education is not only the classroom, it's not only the
No.
classroom, it is class. It's not only a classroom setting, you know, like our children must have missed out to where they could listen to a teacher that can speak fluent English, a teacher that has their cultural background, a teacher that understands them from where they are coming from, you know, not just some
All
hand
right.
picked who will just come and feed them with what they think. You know, when you are feeding some abandoned thing, you know, from this perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yes. It's really true. It's very sad that our children, our Amazonian children, have missed out so much on having teachers who are upright citizens and good role models for them. They have missed out on all those opportunities because systematically they have been robbed of those chances um, of having this path paved for them by courageous Amazonian teachers, not teachers that do not even speak English properly, to teach them the subject with that level of passion that I was talking about last um, last session. So I think, of course, that's been something that's been disturbing for parents, teachers from across the world, family members who have siblings or cousins and so forth back in Amazonia. So that gap is something that we will have to really think about how we can fill the gaps that have been left in there by this lack of education for the last 3.5, 4 years. Um, later on, I would like us to talk about some of the strategies that we can use that the educational department will be implementing to overcome the deficit in that education.
Mhm.
Because of course, for the time being, their mental well-being and their safety is priority. But as we've been talking about over the last few sessions, there is always an opportunity to learn, no matter the environment that you find yourself in. I think some sessions ago, I've been talking about learning in the farms, in the garden, and wherever you are, there is always an opportunity to learn. And we can't forget the importance of the human resource pools that surround us. That's in the way of the older siblings, uncles, aunties, parents. So a teacher doesn't just have to be the person that's standing in front of the student, or the student in the classroom. A teacher can be anyone. Anyone within our community is a teacher, because we are teachers of values. We are teachers of respect. We are teachers of punctuality. We're teachers of even learning how to cook. That is a huge valuable skill. Learning how to present food, learning how to sew your clothes, learning how to do your own hair. Whoever is teaching those skills, those variety of skills, is a teacher at that time. And those are things that our children need to learn. It doesn't have to be just academic studies. The teaching that takes place on a day-to-day level is very important, because it's the little things that count. The little things add up. The building of the resilience, which most of our children have learned, that's been, we can say it for free, but that's an education that they couldn't have gotten anywhere else. And it's going to
Mm-hmm.
build, it's going to make them become the strongest, greatest Ambazonians that we have ever had. Because mental
Wow.
well-being, mental strength is one of the priorities. It's actually more valuable than even finances. Without your mental health, um, you can't focus on education. And for them to be able to survive all of this on a day-to-day basis, I mean, some of those children know more about survival than you and I, adults here, than the teachers that are in the classroom. Some of those children know, um, they've learned so much already about how to grow the corn in the little patch of land that they are in, how to grow the vegetables, what's required, you know. Um, I just think that every cloud has a silver lining, and for me,
Right.
I'm an optimist, and I just find opportunities in every situation. So this
Right.
situation that our children are going, they're going through, even though it's so sad, it's so heartbreaking, the fact that they still have each other, as long as they have their parents, they have their siblings. Some of them, obviously, they are going through some excruciating pain where they have lost family members through different ways, whether it's even from sickness and ill health, where they've not been able to take their family member to a hospital because of all the difficulties in transporting people to the hospitals, or the lack of doctors and nurses in the hospital, or the lack of resources. All of those the grief that they have felt,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
the strategies that they have had to learn and find for themselves to overcome that grief. Those are things that they will be teaching other people, they will be teaching the future generations. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
Jewish community today. The Jewish community today is one of the most successful communities around the world. They went through the most horrendous genocide in history, but they came through it. Their mental strength and the clarity of focus of where they wanted to be, they were thinking about the future. The thoughts and the hope for the future is what kept them going. And I think that that's what we Ambazonians have to go. We need to remember that is what I would like our children, our mothers, our brothers and sisters in the bushes, in the refugee camps, to just cling on to that hope, to think about the future, start dreaming and creating the future that you want, because you will have the opportunity to build that future.
Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you out there. If I really picked something here, was this moral support. Um, Preparing the every stakeholder in this revolution, from the children to the parents to the teachers, a strong psychological background, comparing them to other races, comparing them to other groups of people who've gone through genocide and who've gone through war. It's only through this positive spirit that people will stay with and encourage one another, uplifting themselves, that will let us sail through to reap from the benefit. Wow, thank you very much, Lady Marianta. It is, ladies and gentlemen, you are still here today on the horizon. and the Ambazonia we're fighting for, with focus on Ambazonian quality of education. We've already spoken on values, fundamental rights. And Lady Marietta, last time there was something that took me when you made mention of the systematic approach connecting to every level. This was when we were talking on the curriculum. You know, it is people are born, they grow to a certain age, and this systematic approach, how can you put it side by side with the one that you like a teacher is foreseen for Ambazonia?
Okay. Yeah. So I think that obviously we have a vision of how we want things to be, and we are already creating some resources and networking with some teachers to make sure that we can deliver what we're trying to create. I think for me, if I think to the present time, to this current time where I'm linking this to, I'm not sure if I'm answering your question properly, but to my understanding, if we talk about the current situation of kids going back to school or trying to go back to school now due to the COVID-19 situation, but
Right.
for us,
Mm-hmm.
Amazonia, it's been years and years of not having education, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
in my school setting, for example, what the middle leaders and the senior leadership team are talking about is how do we ensure that our students, when they come back to school, in a systematical we put things in place to make sure that we look after their psychological needs as well, not just because at first the kids will not be prepared to absorb the academic material that we want to deliver. We need to make sure that they are comfortable first, that they are mentally sound, and we have a bereavement. We have a bereavement committee, for example, that will look at the needs of children who have experienced that bereavement from the COVID-19, for example. But for us in Ambazonia, it's not just COVID-19 that we're worrying about. It's about people that have died because of the war. It's because people have died from illness, different things, different
Yeah.
aspects. So systematically, we need to put in place some counseling services. In schools, teachers need to be trained to look up, pick up the signs of depression, of anxiety, of all these different mental health things that will affect the children. Because without calming that down, their minds will not be ready to learn. Okay, so
Right.
that is the
Right.
first thing. I know we're talking about mental well-being because it's just so important. We cannot emphasize that enough. And for our children, we need to really make sure that we give them the best care that we can provide. Um, we know ourselves that when we are upset for any reason, and you might even want to have a conversation, you can't engage in that conversation because your mind is preoccupied with something else. So, what more
Yeah.
about our students in Amazonia who have been exposed to so much trauma, going to a classroom in that state of mind without ensuring that they have offloaded and they are mentally prepared to receive, we'll be wasting our time. So we need to put some mechanisms in place to make sure that the students know that it's okay to offload, it's okay to feel that way, and that these are some strategies that you can use even when there are no adults there to help you to calm down, to deal with their anger, to deal with, because there has to be some anger. The anger towards La Republique, the anger towards the soldiers that they might have seen burning their villages, anger towards the people that have perpetrated all sorts of crimes against their own family members or their neighbors. The kids have seen so much. They've been exposed to so much damage. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? So,
Yeah, and
um,
coupled to the fact that you will see some kids who might be at their 12 years, but they will still have to linger again. You know, this is something where we really need to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Continue.
Yeah. So when we are able to actually secure the safe working environment for schools to resume, or any level of education to resume, then we would have to make sure that we first of all find a way, even though it's going to be so difficult, to assess what the children know. We'll have to look at the curriculum. What were they supposed to have learned all these years? Yeah. So from the last time that they went to school, this is what they would have learned. So they've missed out this amount of work. How do we assess what they know and what they do not know? We have to put in place some strategies, some plans to help us establish what the children know and what they don't know, so that we can start plugging in the gaps. So, for say a 12-year-old, for example, who might have been in Form 1, or maybe they were promoted and they were in Form 2, because in Amazonia it's slightly different from over here, where every child just moves up year after year and year after year. So a child that would have been in Form 1, for example, the content that would have been delivered to them that has not been covered, when they come in 4 years later, they're supposed to have been in what year? So, how do we cope with that huge gap? How do we cope with making sure our students catch up with that content that they have missed out on? I think we
Yeah,
have some serious challenges that we need to start thinking about. How do we make sure we assess what they know? Um, it's going to be simple. Just to start off with, doing some sampling, using retrieval. So we need to find out what the students can remember first. What do they know?
yeah, okay.
And if
Thank you.
let's take a questioning and a test or something like that, which will
Yeah,
help us to establish what they know, so that teachers will then quickly have to work to
yeah.
to see filling those gaps, and as carry out maybe some form of accelerated learning.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Lady Marianta. Well, my mommy and my papa, them, my brothers and my sister, them, my small pikin, them, wey una dey house, so una never go school for very long time. Now, una mommy, then this way, that they think how una go fit go back for school time way all thing go down fine. You know, for mommy and papa dem, for one the way they don big, dem know say when person dey with belle, e go enter labour room. The pain wey dey for inside labour room all man dey hear because e dey shout. But when dem don born dat pikin, when dem don born pikin, the mommy go look the pikin for im hand. Dat pain wey be the feel am dat time, e no go even remember sef. The joy go be now for that pikin wey go dey look am, e go dey glad, people go dey calm, dem dey dance, dem dey put powder for people their neck. Una remember that time? Dey go put powder for pikin their neck, for mommy their neck dem. Papa go calm, go take mimbo. So na the thing that way we dey talk say the ambazonia wey we dey now for belle, the born na the born na the time this way we dey ready for born. That pikin dey for front door. Na no time wey dey say head dey calm, the head dey outside. Na the thing that way all manner get to be ready for hold that head, so that when e come outside, make na joy. So even una dey for forest now o, papa no dey o, mami no dey. This government, this IG for Dr. Sakoso, he don put people dem for place wey dem dey fix thing dem. We wey we be mami dem too, we dey talk the thing dem, how wey we go calm. We dey prepare una because we be mami dem too, we get pikin dem. We dey prepare una say make una no vex. When the new baby go come, the ambazonia when e go come, all man go glad. Una share, we dey try our best. Make una just hold am small time, God go finish the work. So for this time, at this hour, I'm also going to call our sister, our mother, who's been very vocal behind the scene with her powerful voice, her encouraging voice. She's been with us throughout this series, and we will still be having her because she's packed loaded. You know, there's no other than Ma Marie who is going to give to us what she thought today is what she has for her children, for her sisters, for her brothers, for her mothers, and her fathers. So, fellow Ambazonians, sympathizers of Ambazonians, friends of Ambazonians, sit tight. Ma Mary is coming on. She will tell you what she has for us. Ma Mary, you're welcome.
Thank you, Marashe. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you. Go on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you once more. Hello?
Lady
Yes,
Marianta is
thank
greeting you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lady Marianta. Thank you. And that was a wonderful presentation. We are so delighted to have you as always. You always do us proud. Thank you so much. Thank you, my sister. Thank you for this our small contribution. Yeah. Thank you for the small contribution that we have to make. Ambazonia is for all of us. It's not for just for some people. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
So the contribution that we have to make today has to do with our people back home. All along, we've been talking about education. We have focused on how the best education that we can bring to our people. We have looked into the curriculum. We have looked into how best we can present the material we have got. We have looked into the resources, how we can use the available resources possible to teach our students, how our objectives of teaching can be met by bringing appropriate teachers in the forefront, and how we can train our teachers to be able to perform the task of teaching, because it is a task. How well can we do this? All of these things we have discussed in this program. But the thing is that these people are not in a classroom situation yet. We are at war. We are at war now. How do we, as a people, manage the situation back home? Because as Lady Mabeka pointed earlier, there is a lot of anxiety problems, issues. There is a lot of, psychological issues. There is a lot of poverty issues. There is fright as a result of the gun battles on ground one and ground zero. Every day there are so many issues that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. How do we cut through these issues, even to communicate with our people, to tell them that in the face of all of this, there is still light at the end of the tunnel? So today, I just want to bring a little bit of encouragement. It's not so much to do with academy. We've said everything that we have to say, brought the best kind of curriculum we have, but that's not enough, the kind of teaching technique that we can use to teach. We know all of that, but that is not what we actually need on the ground now. So my people then, my brothers and sisters, my parents, today we the talk say, everything where we go through as a people, if we not come together, if we not support one another, if we not encourage one another, and if we not seek ways to come up with a good solution to the problems we face now, then all this work we don't do could be in vain. All the teachers then they come out and the lawyers 4 years ago, it don't be in vain. All people the way they don't bury them for ground, shoot them, or picking them, kill them, it don't be in vain. How many brothers of mine, nephews and nieces, it don't be in vain. So what would the talk and say? We get for come together, because education has been one of those issues the way we drive for street. We'll find ourselves for this background and don't push back for world and today. We find ourselves for this position because we talk say the thing we don't make up for me, the things we don't give we, the kind of way we don't treat we not fine. The way we don't put on knees for we neck, we don't get enough. For we educational system, for we law, for we judicial system, for we medical system, everything we not take them away from we. All of these things now for we for educate itself. So now I need to talk now only for classroom for we do these things. These things then We get for educate ourselves because we begin the day back that. Then they still shoot we begin them. Then they still do things to them where we know very unpleasant things. Then they still rape girls them. And we don't talk international world of the year we they know they open their mouth and they talk anything. What you get for do in this situation? In this kind of situation, my people, all we get for do now for collect and bring our heads together. It no matter where you dey, it no matter the privilege where you get from the other side. We get for bring our heads together and teach ourselves to get out of this bondage. Forget ourselves out of this kind of bondage we'll find ourselves. So for teach ourselves, not only for classroom, for teach ourselves, it can for being a way of life. We respect our culture. We respect the individual. We respect diversity. Diversity means that the different country talk, the different country dance, the different country chop, the different country people, the way they did for that land AMBAZONIA. We respect each and everyone. We encourage them for hard times like this one because that's so we people they don't always do. Now so we mommy they get with the grow this young. I remember when I did this one, they say that first Thursday of a month or something very little. Few people they go know this thing. They go for cleaning campaign. We clean the whole street. Nobody will look we but we get to do it because we don't see that a good thing when they don't put that on society say they will clean that street. Then they call and say waiting day, cleaning day or something.
Keep something clean.
Keep clean. Keep clean. When you go inside that small gutter there, we move all that gutter the way they don't pass so people that pump them, can't pack the crane mosquito. We clean them. Because we sister we know say we get for live in a better environment. We don't come for Euro, we see how people they live. We don't need money, we need the will of the people. We need for educate ourselves. We need for teach we begin them good values. We need for tell we begin them say these things where they do now you go make live a better life. We need for keep this begin them on a tangent. That is for roadway, they will know say even after we don't go, they get for live the way they will say that my neighbor is, that my country person is. It is talk different country talk, but this is my country person. He respect how that person is taking things. He respect how that person is chop a chew with garden eggs. How that person is chop a suba with cocoa with a banana. How that person is chop everywhere or you know they will leave. Those are the things we will encourage and say with these things that because of the culture we enrich when they persecute we. So we get for fight up to the end. We will give up, or we will die. So we educate ourselves every day. Now we don't be faced with this dilemma. What we do? How we get out of it? So now for educate ourselves, for get courage, for get understanding of the situation, and for look for solutions where it will take me out of this cage where I will be. Because we never cage. And one big man we don't learn book plates where they call it Aristotle or something, say, for educate yourself that will take you out of the cage. When you live for cage, you don't see anything. You live for darkness. Anything will come, you chop and cockroaches, bats, like the devil cage. But once you come out of that cage, you begin to see light. You see Jama in the growth because sun and light now. So for take we step out of that cage. For come out, for live the life where we want them, and for live the life where we want to live and for we begin them. That the reason that we die so. And because we get a will and a determination to make that particular land a better place where people will live, enjoy it, and we will be an exemplary place for this universe where everybody will want to look and so say, wow, a few people that came together and they made something marvelous. Because we get that will, because we get the determination, because we get the sense, because we get the skill, because we get everything if we do those things there, that you will see that they kill we, that they beat we, that they hammer we, that they try to disintegrate we, that they send we all over. But if we educate ourselves and we stand steadfast, we say all these things, no matter what, we go stand as a people and we will shout, say the neck, the food we put up on the neck will be enough. We shout, say enough is enough. It no matter say you you press my neck out, I go fight and I go survive and I go conquer. You don't carry a brother and put her for prison. Unless you get this determination, forget this better land, my people. We're not going to fit to anything. We're not going to do anything. And education, that one very important part. Because unless you know the value of the things you want, unless you educate yourself on what this job will be about, unless you know you get aspirations, say you want to get a better education for your people, and you want to live a better education for your picking or your grand picking, unless you get that kind of vision, then you never start for to see the impact of what we like for we. So what we want to talk today now, we don't suffer. Even though we don't suffer, we get hope. Because inside this revolution, God they would we. And because we get that aspiration, we get people all over the world where they feel bring the best things necessary what we need them. Forget that kind of education we don't tell you now. We'll continue for fight until such a time where these people they will excel, they will come together, we will get the opportunity for actually put together what we will not tell you now. Yes. Unless we keep fighting and we fight well.
Yes.
Unless we will not give up, we will not achieve this thing, we'll be like empty balloon air we will not blow. Yes. So what we will talk now say, make all we put our heads together. As we go for Europe, yes, so we know they chop because of this thing, because we family member they don't die, not because of the fact of one revenge, but because of the fact that we did look forward, and we did look forward because we look picking in the for ground. We say wait to go become of this picking them. So I plead with una say everybody waiting for ground. Make una form una self. If you do not hair, you begin to do the hair. Do the hair so well, find apprentices them where they will learn that hair for you so that they continue with the black color rasta for the rest of them till such a time. If you do not sewing, you try to say you incorporate plenty other people that will learn that sewing. If you need that cardigan or pullover or sweater, you find people at practice. That's what we're going to take it go. Because the hand will help this one, this hand will help this one. If you want lack something then, when I meet when I urge a group, they say we lack materials, we bring together, we don't form ourselves together. But we need small sewing machine where one make it help. That's the reason where LG is the devil. Educate all of you, not only how we want to achieve these goals together as a nation. Then we should not form ourselves. We don't even know ourselves will be outside. We get one goal. When I don't hear different people, they talk different things. Anyone when they talk different things, that's because they think about itself. If you think about your generation, the generation after you and your grand-picking generation, you know will fall back for this landing. Right. Because some of you don't get this school. Some of you get to come back home. For help our people, because we don't see the light. We don't come out of that cage. And as we come out of the cage, how we will take the knowledge we don't learn to put them in our people. Now, when people don't resist spirit, when they press with neck, so then they live with neck, we stand up. We say enough is enough. We stand up. We begin to speak the language. Say that we get this soil. And we'll be ready for stand. We'll be ready for Trump corruption. We'll be ready for build institutions where it will bring up will begin them. We'll be ready for teach to begin them. The kind of education where it will be competitive for world market. We'll be able for open schools where other people from Nigeria and all over Africa, they will come study for them because we get the standards. Because we get everything where they need that. So that that will try to pass them across.
Thank you.
Pass the political message across.
Thank you.
I don't do politics. I don't do the training. I don't go economy for all the economy for country. I don't go. Plenty other people don't go. We don't study. We don't teach. I don't teach francophones. I don't teach anglophone. But when I talk, I don't teach for year for white man country. When I talk now, I say all these things will get come together. So that we make our own people benefit the things in our white man they get that. We get more than what the white man get. So my people, I depend on that we could benefit. We could listen to each other.
Thank you, Ma'am Mary. Thank you, Ma'am Mary.
Progressive thoughts. Yeah.
Thank you, Ma'am Mary. You know, I always talk say, Ma'am, this one, Mommy them This one na mommy dem. This mommy Marianta wey dey so, this mama Mary wey just finish for talk so. The way the thing flop for their belle, the way they get the thing the way they want talk, huh? I not feel say we go finish for here. Some person they call me from. May I pick this call?
Okay.
Hello, hello, caller. Okay, the person just dropped. We had another caller. That yeah, this is another caller. Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Good evening.
Yes, actually, let me see. Good morning. I'm calling from California.
Yeah. Good morning.
My name is Alex. Yes. So, how's everybody doing?
Yeah. Fine. Thank you.
Yes, I'm just calling to check in my own idea. I want to thank Ms. Marietta and Mary that just spoke now. I wanted to add that our future education in Cameroon, not Cameroon, excuse me, pardon me, our future education in Ambazonia must include special education. I'm not sure that somebody has talked about it on this forum before, but I think that we definitely need the aspect of special education to educate our children. Not only the children, our people
Yes.
that have needs, learning disabilities,
Yes.
learning needs.
Yes.
So, yes, so after what Mary said about what we can do right now, what the people can start doing right now, for me personally, I'm thinking in order to educate ourselves, I mean, like, I remember when I was a child, my mom wasn't educated, but with the lamp, she made me read. She made me turn the pages of a book just to show that I'm learning. These things can be done at home.
Yes.
However, talking about special education, I'm certain that this aspect is going to be put into place when we become our own country. Yes, because after that, we're going to see not only that we already have people with so different types of disabilities that prevents them from acquiring education the same way as a regular student would learn. When we start looking at that, then we're going to help the population that some people otherwise think that, oh, these children cannot be trained or they cannot learn or they need to drop out of school and go to some kind of skill and so on. Yeah, the skills are going to be necessary in the area of education, but we need to be aware, we need to take cognizance of the fact that special education is a very important part, especially after we have settled down in our country. We're going to see a lot of people that are suffering from different things like trauma, mental, emotional disabilities, physical handicaps, and so on. So we have to find a way of educating that population.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, special education is an essential part of education that the government, that the federal government funds. So students and people who have disabilities can acquire education, become competitive, be able to live independently in the community without being a burden to other people.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is that that's something that we're going to consider, we should consider very seriously.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Can you just hang on? Lady Marianta from the Education Board has something to say. I remember something was said in the first days of this series. Lady
Yes.
Marianta has something more.
Yes, I want to thank Daniela for feedback and her ideas and suggestions. It's so amazing that you are so completely in line with us. And I just want to reassure you and the Amazonian public that the education department is already fully in line with that. We do actually have a director in charge for disabilities, communities, and welfare studies. So we have a directorate who is in charge just for looking at the disability and community and the welfare of our students. So that is totally incorporated into our education system. I am. You know, I'm also a teacher here. So, looking after special needs, I actually have done a few courses. I'm looking at my certificate over there for the most recent one that was done for SCND children. So I am so fired up about making sure that our children in Amazonia get the best, especially, I think we spoke about this sometime in our last show or the show before that, Marasha, where
The
we're
show
talking about the
before.
fact that some of these children whom we think are not academically capable actually turn out to have more gifts than we recognize, but because we have not given them the opportunities to express and explore themselves and build, we miss out. So our Ambazonia that education that we're building will be making sure that we enhance every child's opportunity, we enhance what the children have and develop them. So I am so glad with that course. So thank you so much. And the Ambazonia Educational Department of the
Yeah.
IG is definitely on that. We're going to do our best to make sure that
Okay.
our students get the best from us, the best of, even better than UK and American systems. Like seriously, because they deserve the
Wow.
best.
Wow, wow. I am really flattered.
Okay.
Wow, this is education.
Marashe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are on the horizon. We have about 30 minutes to go. It's getting interesting, like most shows when it's getting to an end. Please do not leave your seat. Sit tight because the best things are still to come. Ladies and gentlemen, you are still very welcome. You are on the Voice of the Amber Woman on ABC TV. I have with me here Ma Marianta, Ma Marie, and myself. And after this, Ma Marie is itchy to say something to the Amazonian people. Go ahead, Ma Marie.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Marashe. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say something in relation to what the previous speaker just said before Lady Mariaka's intervention. She said something which is very important about, we had discussed this, I think, around the first session, if you remember.
Yes.
Water
Yeah.
also
Yeah. Very. Yeah.
brought something
Right.
about, yeah. So I just wanted to say that it is very important. But just to say, we not just bring it, it's not something new. Because we are trying to we are reinstating, restoration. That's what we're doing. The Ambazona that we are restoring had values. They had academic values. They had judiciary values. They had cultural values. That has been depleted, gradually depleted from our society. So when we talk about this educational system that has to do with stability, it is nothing new to Ambazonia because we had the Bulu. You remember the Bulu Blind Center?
Yes. Right.
Yes.
And the Boster Institute.
And the Boster Institute.
Yeah.
These are places that took care of disabled people. So we are restoring and developing, enhancing. When we restore, we enhance. These are not new values to Anglo-Saxon system. These are things that existed before. We knew about these things. And these people just gradually deleted and eroded these things from our system. So we are saying that no, we have to go back. We have to go back to the drawing board and begin to reset all of these things that have been taken from us and come up with those original values to fit the modern day system. That is what we are saying. Not that these things are new to us, because Anglo-Saxon system in our context was one of the best in Africa. If I remember, I was growing as a child, was one of the best. So we had all of these things that were taken away from us gradually, like every other thing. So we have to come back and restore these things and make them better for our people.
Yes. Thank you, Ma Mary. I beg. Now the reason why I tell una say this edition for today, now that cake where we don't bake them, we don't first touch them, we don't put ice, then we fix now the icing on top. Now why would this idea the way we don't talk them, that they still come back. Fellow Ambazonians, my brothers and sisters, mommy and papa them. Now the reason why we talk say all that thing the way we don't know them, where were elder sisters them for the 50s, for the 60s, for the 70s, they be don't know that thing them. We dey restore, not be for nothing wey we dey talk say we dey restore our statehood, because one restore all that thing wey dem don can thief am, wey dem take their foot, their knee, dem press one neck there so tey the thing comot. Na wey we dey talk say no, we wan make that thing come back, and na the beginning this. You fit only start draft, just go draft. We dey beg una le mami dem say make una try, make una go draft, so that we fit restore all that thing dem. That Bulu Center of the Blind be there for Bolifamba for my 16 day. Boster Institute be there for corner prison for Boyade. Abeg, we need all these things dem for northern zone. This one still dey there. All side dem, special pikin dem, that pikin dem wey dey say this one na mumu, this one no know nothing, this one no know how to talk, this one na blind person. Na that group dem wey dem dey call am say na special case. Abeg. So we dey plead say make everybody, I don't know how somebody be calling with a video. So my brothers and sisters and fellow Ambazonians, there is a caller coming in. Please, let's pick this call. Yes. Hello, yes. Oh, my patience. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the mother of the house. Yes. My patience, you are welcome.
Yes. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you, ma. You're welcome.
Okay, am I on the air now?
Yeah, you're on air. You're on the horizon. Your people, your ladies, your children, your sons and daughters are listening to you. What do you have for them today?
Well, this is a very exciting show. I want to greet everybody. Mama Orienta, Ma Mary, and the previous caller, Ma Alice. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Ma. I wanted to contribute just something, and then I'll just get up and continue listening. So, regarding the Ambazonia we are fighting for, I think that our core strength of academic excellence in every discipline that we have in the arts and the sciences, coupled with a value-based character development program would be the key. When I say character-based, I think it's all the values that Marietta had mentioned before, that maybe you guys can revisit that a little bit. It is a combined active participation in all these elements, that will give our students a sense world and be able to enhance their intellectual and moral development greatly. So we have programs where students will also be the ones that initiate worship at their schools. They will be the one initiating ethical issues at their school. Basically a very integrated program. So, and we also had that before. Mary just said we had all these things before they got stolen out of our education curriculum. So I'm really enjoying the program today. One thing I want to add is that sometimes we learn things. You learn that what it takes for somebody to be a good person, but it doesn't make you a good person. You learn what it takes to be ethical, but it doesn't make you ethical. So at this point where we don't really have school going, My talk is on for PGB English. I make them and cover them. We go for start just teach with picking them. May they just be good people. How to be good people? You do things the way God is teaching you to do. Be nice for your brother and sister. You know what help somebody. You know you tell lies. You know what cheat somebody. Those small things the way they make you be a good person. One time they for rich book, learn book, couple with all those good values will make we get a very powerful curriculum, and we will be good people there for make our country a strong place.
Yes.
Mama, I will end for you. I just salute when I want to do a very great job. I salute everybody.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Ma Patience. Thank you very, very much. We thank you as a mother of the house. Thank you. We appreciate you too. Yes. Fellow Ambazonians, we be the talk say now drafting time this. May any man try go write in name so that we go feed, restore all that thing them more. Because if we not do them, but we must do them. The if not they may we do them.
We get to
May
do
we do
it.
them.
We do first.
Let all man do them. Okay, there's a call coming in. Let's hear this. Hello? Hello, caller? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yes. Good.
Hello?
Yes, hello, I'm getting you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, you are live on the horizon on ABC Amber TV. Do you have a question, a suggestion?
No, I wish to appreciate the effort Mama is putting in the house.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I also wish to commemorate the effort that which the various commissions are putting together, but the only misunderstanding that we are seeing is that it's a little bit of I don't know to call it disunity or what, because you see there are sometimes, because I'm calling you from Ground Zero, you see.
Yes.
Now there are sometimes that get some little tricks, some arguments amongst ourselves. This person says he's in charge of this place, and this other person says he's in charge of this place. So is there no commission that can put this particular act in order?
Yes, thank you for your question, caller. This is why we are here on the horizon, the Ambazonia we are fighting for. That is a call for concern. That is a very great concern. Is there no way we can put these things together? Brother, I can encourage myself and yourself that our mother just talk of doing things that are good. What do you want for Ambazonia? Are you doing that thing that is good for Ambazonia? Are you doing that thing that when you get to Boya, you will say, I know how I worked hard to be here in Boya? Are you the one that quarrels with your brother? Do you backstab your brother? Are you willing to sell out your homeland? Are you willing to contribute the little that you have so that you can support your brothers that have decided to carry the sticks to defend homeland? Are you that one that is contributing morally, teaching the children at home, encouraging them that though you are not going to school, this Amazonia we are fighting for is going to be a good one? Are you the one that is carrying good practice? Are you the one that is telling the people of good governance? This is what you should be asking yourself. I am trying my best. The mothers and sisters out there, we are doing our best. The interim government in Washington of Dr. Sako is encouraging everyone now, draft yourself, go to your LGA, pay and contribute so we could together build and fight for motherland. If you can answer that question and all your answers are yes, 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 change begins with you. It begins with me. When we are doing the right things together, we are getting there. At the same time, don't forget that there are people who will be ready to distract. Do not look to your left, do not look to your right. Follow your vision and achieve your vision. Thank you, Kola. That was nice of you sharing. Thank you very much.
Marasha, can I just add to what you said there? I think I understand the caller's concern. I think it's a very pertinent concern because
Mhm.
what we find is that in this revolution, there are always people that want to cause distractions and derail us from the real focus, which is the restoration of our independence. Um, I think from a ground zero point of view, when he mentioned about people thinking that the other people are in charge. Okay,
Another
answer,
caller.
ma. Yeah, answer, and then we'll come back to it.
Hello, caller.
Oh, hello, good evening.
Good evening,
This is
sir.
Wilson and all on board.
Yes, thank you, sir. You're
Good
welcome.
evening.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I am a teacher back home, and when I hear you guys talking about education, I feel so proud.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I want to give you guys great down that you guys should continue working on the program because we back home we are waiting for the program to execute it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Thank you
encouragement.
so much.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
am so happy meeting you guys and greetings to Mr. Walters. I saw him online on ABC to talking about education and he's somebody I work with back home here. So I feel so proud and we are waiting for the program to start executing.
Thank you, sir. This is the AMBAZONIA we are fighting for, even from ground zero. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We
Right,
appreciate you.
wonderful.
Keep on strong. Keep on fighting. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. You are the heroes of this revolution. You started this for us.
Yes.
So we really appreciate the bold
Yeah.
step that you teachers took at the start. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
together.
Yeah, Lady
Um,
Maranta,
Yeah.
you were up to something.
Yeah, I was trying to say that what we need to develop within our people is conflict resolution skills. I know say for village them we get big people when something day when palava day now those big people the way when they call them maybe they can't judge case. But now so as I think the chakara small, we get for still find ways a way we fit just manage with ourselves because so sometimes for place where una dey una no get that big person for that una community where una fit be go like say pa John or pa Jacob or who say papa na thing this way dey happen na these cases and then pa Jacob will just John help una.
The caller from ground one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, network. Poor network. It's still connecting. Okay, you can go on.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it. It's on a hello, caller. Hello, can you hear me, please? Yes. Hello, sir. Good evening. Yeah, you are on the Horizon Live. Hmm. Sorry, network issues. Yes.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so I was saying that we need to even train our children how to resolve conflicts amongst themselves. I think that is a huge skill that will be beneficial to not just themselves but even to their communities as they get older. Conflict resolution is something that would help everyone around them. What do I mean by conflict resolution? Conflict resolution means say, and forget that ability for solve problems.
Another caller.
You got a hotline there, Marashel.
Yes, today. Thank you.
That's
Hello.
good.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. This is calling. I'm calling from Oregon.
From Arizona.
Hello.
Yes.
From Oregon.
Okay. You're welcome. You're live on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm so happy with the program, and I just want to say kudos to you guys as far as education is concerned in our new country. But I just want to echo that when we are talking,
Hello? Oh, yeah.
It's broken off.
Yes. Um, um, Marianta, Lady Marianta, we have the only male call panelist who is eager to join us to give his
Okay.
contribution. Um,
Okay. Lord.
another headline. Hello. Network issues. Okay. Um,
Where?
we are going to call on a very serious and senior comrade in the house for him to give us. He thought that. Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, caller. I can hear you. Can you hear me? We lost him.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, we lost the caller from Monrovia. He's been trying to call and he sent a text that he's trying to join. So, but the network, sorry, we can't get through to him. I was just saying before the call came in that we have the only male in our midst who is willing to talk to us. He is ready to encourage us that when we are talking of that our children have been so used to the fact that I must grow up to become a medical doctor. I must grow up to become a lawyer. We forget to know that there are several other professions which a child or whoever can fit into at any time. So I will be letting him in. He will introduce himself and he will share with us what he thinks on this.
Hello.
Hello, Kola. Yes. As I said before, this is Dr. Tima on the line. He is willing to talk to us to encourage us, youth and children, on his own system, how he understands what he wants to share with us. Can you just speak on and talk to the Ambazonian people?
Yeah, thank you very much, my Rochelle, Uncle Lady, for the horizon. I would like to thank you and your team of participants, especially Ma Marie, Madame Marianta, and Ma Patience, just to name a few. And I would like to appreciate the work ABC Amber TV is doing, and my appreciations to them and the rest of the Ambazonia team and listeners and viewers. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tima. Thank you.
Thank you. I have been allowed the opportunity to share some of my views on the topic of education in the future Ambazonia. And I'm very pleased for this opportunity. It came to a point, if I understand the anchor lady well, we
we could talk today about the issue of a child's dream and what Ambazonia can offer her children as they grow up and dream. I would like to say that from my professional point of view, I am not a teacher, but I'm a parent and a children's doctor, what they call a pediatrician. So I have been following up your program with a lot of interest, and I've had some thoughts, and I was pleased to be invited to share my thoughts with you. First of all, it is a wonderful opportunity to learn that on your program, the Ambazonian women, despite the dire situation which our society is going through, you still have the time and the focused mind to think of the future generation and to make sure that the most important thing is not left out. That we know that our children have to grow up, that our children need to dream, that life is about dreaming and having a fulfilled life. You can't have a fulfilled life if you don't have dreams. And if our children can dream of their future, that is what we can offer them. But unfortunately, in these difficult times, it is actually difficult to imagine that our children have the opportunity of dreaming when there are gunshots, when there is mass movement to we do not know where there is disruption in social life, disruption in economic life, and we just wonder why a free people, a people with a right to self-determination, could not just be allowed to be what they are so that their children could live their dream. But all the same, the Ambazonian woman has not given up. The Ambazonian woman, the program Horizon, is thinking and planning and proposing what could be done now in the immediate, in the near future, and in the long term. I have heard of ambitious education curricula. I have of survival plans for the immediate, and I have heard of plans across all stages of development. Of course, everything is not just dreaming. The children should dream, and the parents should make sure that there comes a time when dreaming ceases and the children take over their affairs and determine their own future. The future, as we know, comes from the dreams that we have dreamt. You dream to be something, you dream to be a carpenter, you dream to be a lawyer, you dream to be a sailor, a driver, a farmer. It is the duty of the parents to help the children. It is the duty of the society to make it possible for those dreams to become a reality. It is very interesting to hear the Ambazonian women talk and think and reflect on these issues. Because when we consider the fact that we have to create an environment where mother, father, teacher, family neighbors, and society all work together to provide an environment where people can evolve, where people can live happy lives, where people can engage in meaningful work, in the sense that nobody should, out of some fear, compel a young person to take on a profession just because that profession may seem to guarantee some economic opportunity, but rather an activity which would ensure a comfortable life, a life where one can dream of improving and providing something useful to society, and thinking about usefulness to society, and not simply taking out of society without giving anything back.
Yeah.
Because together we are one. One cannot be successful at the expense of the other. The moment such an ideology plants itself, it will be survival of the fittest, and where the strong eat the weak, and eventually bound for self-destruction. So the Ambazonian woman is thinking about these things all together in their broad implications, even in a time of war, even in a time when the enemy is making sure that the knee digs deeper and deeper between the head and the shoulder so that the neck is completely compressed. We see an end to this situation. We say our fight is the good fight. We are not giving up. We are thinking of tomorrow for our children. The Amazonian man joins the Amazonian women in Horizon TV to say that, Horizon program to say that we work together. It is not out of nothing that it is said, when two are together, there is something above us that is in play. So I come back to dreaming. You dream, but you cannot dream all your life. I don't know at what age children's dreams are relevant, but as parents, as mothers, fathers, we are bound to encourage the children to dream and to make provision for their dreams to become something useful for them, useful for society. Following the explanations or the talks that I've heard all along on this program on education, it has become clear to me that the participants are all very aware of the system of education that should not be one where people just think they go after something because there is a promise of something material, not spiritual, not emotional, but material. No, you cannot be focused on material and be dreaming at the same time. But out of your dream, like Albert Einstein said, comes the real incentive, the real possibility of being creative, of discovery. And most of the things that matter in life have been discovered by people who ventured to believe in their dreams. And how great it is to hear a program devoted to education and making sure that it should be one where there is liberty of thought, liberty of expression, and the need for those who are in position to influence things, parents, teachers, family, society,
to
influence things for the betterment of a more inclusive, a more conducive and inspiring environment.
Thank you. Thank.
I could go on talking on
Yes,
this issue.
yes, exactly.
And one more thing I would like to say before I drop is that long wish we have in this program, I have come to realize that the Amazonian woman is not the one who hangs to some archaic educational program meant to serve some interest, be it colonial or industrial or whatever, but one which is bound to be Ambazonian. Ambazonian conceived, Ambazonian inspired, and Ambazonian to be nursed and nurtured for the benefit of Ambazonian, where everybody at every level has something to learn and something to discover and something fulfilling. And not to take all your time,
Which we don't have.
moderator, I thank you, and I stand by for questions, if any. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Not to take much of your time.
Yes, thank you very much, caller. Thank you, Dr. Tima. Thank you very much. Unfortunately,
That was
time
such a
is not a
wonderful
luxury
contribution.
that we have. We thank you for a wonderful contribution, for commending the Ambazonian woman, the Ambazonian mothers. Thank you very much. And I see Lady Marianta smiling. She may have something to say. Ma Mary also may have something to say. But unfortunately, as always, time is not a luxury that we have. And our minutes are ticking. Lady Marianta, could you just say one last thing and let Ma Mary come in and say one last thing? We round up. We just have, I don't think there will be even time for all the roundups. We just have 2
Okay.
minutes to go. Mm.
That's right. Oh, thank you so much, Mara. Sure, it has been a pleasure being here with you again. I just want to thank all the callers, especially our last caller right now. That big smile there is because he's touched on something that I'm really passionate about: creativity. Creativity just unlocks your full potential, and that is something that we need to make sure that we bring to our Ambazonian children. I think when I was growing up, we did not have enough opportunities for creativity at all. It was just like book, book, book. You learning to be a doctor or this or that and that, and there wasn't really much time for creativity. So thank you so much to our last caller on that contribution. So I'm going to just end by saying thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and God bless.
Yes, Ma Mary, can you just give us a word? I'm sorry I had to take you offline because the other caller had to use the line.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, fellow viewers and listeners. It's really been a long ride, and we in this program are not saying we know it all. We are just bringing our best suggestions, or best of intentions to portray what we think about what our educational system should entail and how we think is the best way forward as far as education is concerned. So, in this regard, we're saying that our people, we are at a very tight corner now because we can't say, oh, curriculum this, curriculum that, because they're actually not going to school. But we are saying that while we are where we are now, there are a few things we can do. We have actually outlined some of those things to help ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And above all, as my patient said, and as all of us have said in one at one point in time.
Ma Mary, can I just interrupt? There's somebody who has been on the line really pressing on to say something.
All right, go on, please.
Yeah. You can continue. We just have one last minute to go. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry. We, the ABC TV team, the panel of the Horizon for today is equally very sorry. Time is not what we have. Our last minute is ticking. I love you all. We love you all. We appreciate you for being out there for Ambazonia, for the cause we are fighting, for the future of Ambazonia. It's so marvelous to be with you each Friday. Please, brothers and sisters, we compel you, we encourage you to be here to share with us what we have. Just as we go cook fufu, we go share am. We cook Tony plantain, we share am. We cook Tony cocoa, we cook timanambosa, we cook ekpang, we cook bakoko, we cook fufu corn, we go share am. Now where we dey beg una say this Sunday wey dey come so na momo drafting. You be momo pikin, usa dey born you, usa you grow, usa una house, usa your big papa comot. For Mogamo, for Menimo, for Njikwa, for Ngi, for Widikum, whether you don't have for Wusai now, for Ambazonia, Sunday, even this night, start call the chairman, give us more money for them. Now the Ambazonia where we fight. The Ambazonia we are fighting for. Same will get this good education. So now because of the draft where you go draft, I did talk especially for Njikwa people then. All of una for that Njikwa village, the challenge there for una neck. If una dey hear me, Mogamo una comot, Ngi una comot, Widikum una comot. The challenge, the challenge 5. I know put the zero there for bag. You fit add am. Even more, I beg, me una come. Some Njikwa people, some Oshe people, some Ngwa people, Makonda, Maikweri, Mabako, all of una banya, me una comot. I want see una. I beg una call Chairman Patrick. Call it. Tell you say I dey draft myself. Momo day on Sunday. Ma Irene the way to now. Nijo the way to now. All will the way to now. Okay. This was the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. Ma Marianta was there. Ma Mary was here. Ma Patience. Ma Alice. Dr. Tima was here. It's been very wonderful to have you. We bless you all and we hope to see you next Friday. It's still going to be a marvelous hour with you. God bless you all and have a wonderful weekend. And for the callers who could not go through, please, we are sorry. Next week, try to call in early enough. Please, we apologize for not having you through. Please, 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 we are here for you. Thank you very much for your understanding. Goodbye and have a wonderful weekend and stay blessed. Well, some callers is still calling now.
Oh dear.
Hello.